legends. We are on our way to Dirk Hartog Island off the coast in West Australia, the largest island in Australia, 80 kilometres long, and it was actually the very first place touched by anyone outside of Australia besides the traditional owners that set foot on Australia, and it was, what was his name? Oh yeah, Dirk Hartog. So he actually stepped foot on it in 1616, so quite a few years ago, and I have no doubt that it would have looked exactly like it does today. Just desert country, heap of flies, pretty warm, and not a whole lot out here. Peru. First cast on the Slammer 4, and we've paired it with a dew bite popper on the Slammer pen Slammer rod. Going to try the Shiver Stick 110, 38 gram. I'm going to get something on that for sure. Here's the road ahead. Just found some wild dog prints. They always seem to follow the road, follow food scraps that might have been thrown out by a car. Obviously easy for them to travel around with on the road as well. Don't have to meander through the bush. There's plenty of dingoes out here. Dingoes is the local Australian dog, basically our version to the wolf in the US. So we've just finished a stretch of road. It was up there with the worst I've ever been in. We had our tyres on 20 PSI, and even then, I had to sit on 80 kilometres an hour just to try and reduce some of the corrugations. Even then, the corrugations were still really, really bad. It was either you're sitting on 80 or you're sitting on 6 kilometres an hour. If you've done the Gibb River Road, then at its worst, then you understand what this Shark Bay to Steep Point is like. Hopefully the rest of the road's not too bad. That road to Steep Point is brutal, absolutely brutal. Just rattle your brain, rattle everything, rattle your car. I hope the car's all good. But we've decided to camp at the barge camp spot. So in the morning, we just basically put the tent down and drive straight onto the barge here. How good's that? We've made it. Everything seems to be in one piece at the moment. Haven't looked underneath yet. Lucky I've got some of the best suspension going around. Touched down on Dirk Hartog. Feels good. About time to go explore, I guess. Go have a look around and yeah, see what it's all about, see what we can find. So those corrugations yesterday have definitely taken a toll on the car. My right rear is rattling quite a lot. I've checked the wheel nuts, it's all fine, but it's got that kind of metal on metal rattle. Which doesn't sound good, so I'm just limping it to a spot where I can get off some corrugations and put a jack under it and see what's actually going on. Love me some corrugations. Oh, my poor car. Poor car. Well, I mean, look, even at this speed, we'll get up there. We're still doing 20 k's an hour. We'll get up there in 4 hours. Definitely feels like, you know, desert station country. It reminds me a lot of the stations just on the mainland, you know, very, very similar. Would have been joined at once. Very, very similar landscape and small heath and vegetation. Because it wasn't only until recently that they stopped having livestock out on Dirk Hartog Island. So once it turned into a UNESCO World Heritage Area, it kicked off all the livestock and tried to manage feral animals. Just so they can revegetate it. The whole plan is to get Dirk Hartog back to what it was in 1616, when Dirk Hartog first touched down on the on Cape Inscription, right at the north end of the island. And that's the plan at the moment. Yeah, I think they're on the right track here. It's you know, preserving places like this, getting the vegetation back, because, you know, livestock, goats, sheep just absolutely destroy it, turn it into big sand dunes and plainless country, which is what a fair chunk of it is. We made it to the very tip of Dirk Hartog Island. It's taken us 3 hours 40 minutes. I can see the lighthouse just to my west now, and just past Dampier's Landing, not far from here as well. My understanding though is that Dirk Hartog found it in 1616, put a plate on a post and basically wrote his name on it, like, you know, I was here. And there was also some coins and stuff buried around here. I think, you know, generally all that kind of stuff's been found, and, you know, archaeologists have come through and mapped out everything. But yeah, pretty cool little journey to get right to the very northern tip of Dirk Hartog Island. We made it. Just gonna walk and have a few flicks off this cliff here and see if we can stir something up. Just got some lovely fish from a dive just then. Zach got his first baldy and it's a big one. And I just got a little mackie. So we've got fillets in the fridge. Oh, there's big tuna following it. Yeah. So last night we went for a bit of a fish. There was fish. We saw a few fish around. We tried a bunch of different lures. Didn't really get anything. We didn't have a hook and sinker setup, any snapper setups. So it was it was just a matter of just seeing what we could get on the lure, and unfortunately nothing hit. We tried poppers, we tried little shiver sticks, we tried the twisties. Tried a bunch of different stuff, a couple of little divers and nothing. Then the mozzies came out, so the flies started to go away, the mozzies came out, and then with the mozzies came the moths as well. Now, mozzies suck, but moths are just a pain in the ass. They just hit you in the face every few seconds. Yesterday was a good day though. Drove the length of the island, managed to spear a few fish at a spot. We just kind of went out and had the flasher out there as well and tried to lure in some fish. We lured in a mackie and then managed to find a baldy as well. So it's good to get in the water. New spot, new area, new reef. It was nice to see. Dirk Hartog. It's been a real short trip, but pretty epic. Look, the scenery really is unmatched, pretty special. There's not many people on the island at any one time. There's a lot of little nooks and stuff you can go and explore and kind of have to yourself. The only few downsides I can see is that one, there's no fires outside of the main kind of homestead camp area, and second, the roads. The roads are just the worst. In saying that, you're on the island, you're on the biggest island in Western Australia. It was the first place that any European settlement touched and found. So Cape Inscription at the very top was where Dirk Hartog first touched Australian soil. There's definitely a beautiful feeling to it. There's some beautiful history to it. We're just parked up waiting for the barge right now to head back to the mainland. Yeah, the diving, the fishing, there's surf. I didn't realise there's surf, but there is surf obviously if you're willing to explore and find the right place and find the right swell and tide and everything, just like anywhere. Plenty of flies. I think that one went down the throat. Plenty of flies around, so look, if you go hungry, couldn't be more stoked that we made the effort and we came over here and we've seen it, and yeah, it's time to head home. So thanks for watching, legends. Yoo-hoo.